I was getting myself into the wrong situations. And like I said, this was the time that I was still trying to figure out who I was. I was still confused. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who, you know, I didn't know who I was spiritually. So when I found out that I was pregnant with my first child, I realized that I was in the wrong kind of relationship. This person that I was with didn't really value me, didn't really love me. This person that I was with didn't even want to be with me. I experienced abuse, being abused physically, emotionally, by this person that I had a baby with, and I knew that this wasn't it. I knew that this was not the life that God had for me. So, it was really tough to leave that situation because of the person that I was dealing with. This person was really malignant, very covert, and very aggressive. So, it was really hard to leave in the beginning because I still felt like I was still emotionally attached to this person. And I allowed this person to treat me however, until the moment I decided I couldn't take it no more. I couldn't take the abuse no more. I couldn't take the treatment no more. And I had to leave. I had to leave this toxic relationship, And at that time, I had just lost my apartment. So I had to move back in with my mom, So during my pregnancy, my first pregnancy, I was staying with my mom. I was living with my mom. And my mom, she helped me out with my pregnancy. She helped me, raise my oldest daughter. And so, you guys, after I left that situation, I started to slowly gain a revelation of my identity. I started to slowly find out who I was spiritually. And that was after I had my child, I started to get closer to God. I started to read the Bible more. I started to really, spend a lot of time in prayer. And I would talk to God and I would tell God everything that was in my heart. And I asked God to forgive me. I asked God to forgive me for my sins that I've committed. I asked God to forgive me because I didn't know. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And when I tell you that God answered my prayer, let me just first say this. I knew God is real. I knew that God was real because of the situations that I've been through. You guys, when I say I've been through a lot, I've been through a lot. I know what it's like to be in an abusive relationship. I know what it was like to be homeless. I know what it's like to lose friends. I know what it's like to lose people. I know what it's like to have people turn their backs on you. I know what it's like to have people disrespect you and, persecute you and all that. I've been through all of that. I've been through, and I know that some of you been through that too. Some of you experience persecution. Some of you experience losing friends. Some of you experience being in the worst toxic relationships. Some of you, know what it's like, and that's why I'm speaking out about this because I know that some of you, I've been in your shoes. I know what it was like. You know, I did that, done that, and I've seen it all. But yet, throughout all of that you went through, God still loves you. And I knew that God still loved me. All of the mistakes that I did in my life, I knew that, God never turned his back on me. He never left my side. He was just waiting for me to open my eyes and realize who I was. God helped me to realize who I was because of my mistakes. God helped me to grow spiritually. He helped me to grow spiritually, and he helped me to acknowledge some of the mistakes that I've done. And I've acknowledged my mistakes. I've already told God of all of the things that I did. And I've asked God to forgive me. I've asked God to wash away my sins and to renew my heart, renew my spirit. And he did. He renewed my spirit, and he started to help me build myself back up. Because after I experienced that toxic abuse in that relationship, I was broken down. I was broken down mentally. I was broken down spiritually. I felt like I didn't want to be here anymore. I didn't want to be in this world anymore. But God was the one that helped me to build myself back up, to build my confidence back up. And I started to get back to what I've always loved doing, which is music. So I started to write music. I started to write more music, record more music, and I even created this website called BandLab, and there's also an app that you can download. I created an account, and I started to put my music on there. I started to record my music and publish my music on that platform. And that's how, my BandLab started to grow. People started to see what I was doing. People was listening to my music, and they started, reaching out to me saying, I love your music. I think that you're a good artist. I think that we should collab and all of that. And I did that too. I would collaborate with, certain different artists on that platform. And my platform, my page just started to grow, But then something else happened. It's like the devil never stops. The enemy never stops. It's like once I build myself back up, it's like here comes the enemy, just wanted to destroy it. It's like, don't you got better things to do, devil? Don't you have other things to do than to mess with people? Mess with people's lives. Like, I was just over it. I was over it. Then, as my music page started to grow, I was receiving attention, a lot of attention from different guys, and this one guy just wouldn't leave me alone. This one guy was really pursuing me. This person would inbox me 24/7. It was like this person was really thirsting after me. just trying to be honest, And while I was over here trying to stay focused, trying to stay busy with my music, trying to build my life back up, trying to get my finances, situated, and trying to get back on my feet so that I could, be a better mom to provide for my child what she needs. This person is over here trying to grab my attention, trying to send me messages, trying to get my phone number, trying to get to know me. Like, you know, I'm like, listen, I got other things to worry about. Like, don't you got other things to worry about too? Like, leave me alone. I'm over here trying to get my life together. But this person, which was the person that I'm having a baby by, yes, I'm talking about that person. You know, at that time, I didn't know who I was dealing with. I didn't know that I was dealing with another toxic person. I was just, you know, I was still trying to slowly get myself together, slowly trying to get back on my feet. But here goes the enemy sending another narcissist into my life to mess up my life again. So, but like I said, I didn't know. I didn't know that this person was toxic. So this person kept reaching out to me, trying to grab my attention, until finally I was like, you know what? Let me just hear what this person has to say. So I responded to this person's message, and yeah, long story short, we started to talk more. We started to FaceTime more. You know, he lived in a totally different state. I'm over here in Tennessee. He was all the way in New York. So then, you know, 6 months later, I started to receive good news. This was something that God did for me because of all of my hard work, you know, all of the seeds that I planted. Like, I started to see the harvest of my fruits, you know. And so good things started to happen in my life. I received my apartment, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to move into my apartment, you know. I'm slowly getting my life together, you know. And then this person that I started talking to convinced me to allow him to come down here to see me. Like, it was supposed to be just a meetup, right? It was just supposed to be a meetup for us to get to know each other a little bit more. So I allowed him to, you know, come down here to see me. But when I tell you that meetup turned into like something permanent, like, I wasn't planning to, you know, let this person move in with me. It was just supposed to be a meetup, get to know each other, and he was gonna be on his way back to New York, you know, a couple of days later. But it was like something else just completely changed. So I allowed this person to stay. I allowed this person to move in with me. And I wish I never did that, because before I allowed this person to move in with me, my family was like warning me, like, hey, don't let this person move in with you. Don't have this person on your lease, because I didn't know better. So I allowed this person to move in with me. Knowing me, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, you guys. Like, that's how naive I was. So I allowed this person to live with me, stay with me. And then I added his name on my lease. Now, in the beginning, it was all perfect. It was all peaches and cream. You know, this person was very sweet, very caring, very sweet to my child, my daughter. When I finally put this person on my lease, that was when the mask that he was wearing started to slip. That's when I started to finally, slowly see who this person was. And by the time I realized who I was dealing with, it was already too late. I couldn't get this person out of my home because his name was on my lease, which means he has the right to stay. I was like, Lord, help me. What did I get myself into, Lord? What did I get myself into? Like, this person put me through so much, you guys. This person put me through a lot. And when I mean a lot, I almost lost my mind. I almost lost my mind. dealing with this person, because this person was very disrespectful. This person was very unfaithful. This person was lying, cheating, manipulating, very controlling. This person was very aggressive. Like, it was like anything that I say goes in one ear and out the other, out the window. So I'm over here trying to, like, trying to wrap my head what I just got myself into. And that's when I started to, get familiar, and I started to find out about narcissists. I didn't know what narcissist was in the beginning. I didn't know what that was until I did some research, and I did, seen some videos on YouTube about narcissists and all of that. Sorry, y'all. I only have 8 minutes. Okay. I'm running out of storage on my phone, y'all, so I'm gonna have to hurry up with the story. So, like I said, what was I? Yeah, that's when I found out about narcissists, and I knew that I was dealing with one. I was dealing with the most covert, malignant narcissist ever. And so, like, I literally had to fight for my freedom, you guys. I had to literally go through so many court. I had to talk to the judges. Like, the first court that I went to, I lost the court case, and he won the court case. So I, moving him out and the first time around was a complete fail, because I lost the court case, and which allowed him to come back to live with us. But I didn't give up. Just because I lost the first court case, I didn't give up. I started to really started to put my foot down, and I was like praying to God to help me, God, to get this person out of my apartment, get this person out of my life, because I don't want to deal with this toxic person. I don't want him around me or my kids. But then he started to come back around, and he started to convince that he would change, he would do better. I was dealing with someone who had a lot of work to do. This person didn't even know how to drive yet. I didn't even know this person didn't know how to drive until I allowed this person to stay with me, but he promised that he would change. He promised that he would, learn how to drive, get his license and all of that. I couldn't really believe anything he said. I just had to see with my own 2 eyes, watch his actions. So that's what I did. So in the first, couple of weeks, he did try to change. He did, do things a little bit different, but then he would come back and do the same thing all over again, but this time it was it was too late, because I found out that I was pregnant, but this was his plan. His plan was to get me pregnant, to trap me with another pregnancy. I've already had his first child, which is my second child, but for him this was his first child. So we've already had our first child, but I'm talking about the second, which is now. It was his plan. It was his plan to trap me into another pregnancy, because he wanted to keep me stuck. He wanted me to keep him stuck in this relationship with him. But I wasn't going for it. I was not going for it. I was like, if you are unwilling to change, I don't care. I don't care to be a single mom. I don't care to be a single mom and to raise my kids all on my own, because I don't want to have to deal with this abuse. I don't want to have to deal with all of this disrespect. I don't have to deal with all of this negativity. You're gonna have to go with all of the fight that I had to put in, you guys, especially with the Lord's help, because I continue to pray every night. I continue to ask God to deliver me from this situation. God answered my prayer, and I finally was able to get this person out of my home. I finally was able to remove his name off of my lease. And that's what happened. I removed his name off of my lease, and I won this time around. The first time around, I failed. I'm not ashamed to admit it. But the second time around, double for my trouble, because the Lord delivered me from this wicked person. And now I'm here. You know, this is my life. This is where I am now. I am at the point where, you know what? I don't want to deal with another relationship. I don't want to deal with another person. I'm not even interested in dating. Okay? This moment, I just want to focus on me, focus on my kids, focus on my life, focus on my future, focus on my, bettering myself. Like, I'm at this point right now in my life where I just want to better myself as a person, as a mom, as a woman. I want to evolve spiritually. Everything that I've gone through has made me a stronger person now. It has made me an even stronger person because of God. God was the one who was able to keep me together. God was the one who was able to keep my mind together. All the other things, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to worry about the, smear campaigns. I don't have time for that. Like, I'm focused on the good things. If you don't have anything good for my life, then you're going to have to go. You're going to have to just go. Go, go, go. I am in such a better place right now. I am such in a better space. And I'm going to continue to evolve. Like, I'm never going to stop evolving. Like, God doesn't want us to ever stop growing. We're going to continue to grow until, it's our time. I'm going to continue to make myself a better person. That's my story, you guys. That's my life. And I hope that you was able to get to know me a little bit better, And I pray that you guys continue to also, evolve. God has good things in stores for all of us. Just as long as we stay connected to Him, never lose sight of Him, never lose sight of who we are spiritually, we have nothing to worry about.